How would you work with the introverts in your team? Before I get into the details of this topic, I would like to clarify certain things about introverts and extroverts. Often, there's a misconception that introverts are people who are shy or lack confidence or don't speak much. Nothing could be further from the truth. Let me share the real characteristics of introverts. Introverts are people who gain energy when they spend time in solitude. Introverts are who? They are people who gain energy when they spend time in solitude. On the other hand, extroverts gain energy when they are in the company of other people. Extroverts gain energy when in the company of other people. Introverts tend to lose energy as they spend more time interacting with others. Conversely, extroverts become restless when they are on their own. Ambiverts are people who fall in the middle of the introvert extrovert spectrum. Since introverts lose energy the longer they speak, they tend not to speak if they feel it is not necessary. That is how they are wired. This is often misconceived as shyness, lack of confidence, etc. Over 30% of world population are introverts and 50% are introverts and ambiverts put together. This ratio can be transferred across the corporate environment too. So is there anything wrong with introverts? Absolutely no. Their tendency to be quiet is how they are wired naturally. It is just that in corporate environment, we are expected to collaborate, network, and speak more often. Introverts need to be aware of this and make necessary adjustments as required. As an aside, though, not many people who just see me on video or just one meeting will agree I am a deep introvert myself. How do you handle the introverts in your team? Since they generally tend to be quiet and don't speak up unless necessary in your team meetings, give them opportunities to speak by calling out their names. So, what will you do in your team meetings? Yes, call out their names and give them opportunity to speak. If not asked directly, introverts prefer to stay quiet. Introverts analyze things deeply before sharing their opinion. Just because they are quiet in meetings, don't conclude that they don't have opinions. Explicitly ask them for their opinion. Explicitly ask them for their opinion. Yes. If you are in an office party environment, introverts tend to stay away from the crowd as their manager make a point of walking up to them and having a conversation. During a networking meeting, be aware of introverts' inherent tendency to be quiet. As a manager, help them initiate conversation. One way to do this is to introduce them to another person. After introducing, turn to the introvert team member and say, would you like to share the success story of the last project we did? Or would you like to talk about the interesting meeting with XYZ last week? Give them a cue on what to speak. Introverts have several strengths. Make the best use of them. I encourage you to read a few articles which I have written about introverts. The links are given below the video. Since ambiverts also exhibit characteristics of introverts and extroverts, these tips are equally applicable to them. Now, open your learning diary. Yes, open it. Write in it. What did you learn about introverts, extroverts, and ambiverts? And how would you deal with the introverts in the team?